I am Dr.A.K.Gupta, practicing as a rabies consultant in Delhi for last 40 years. I also run a rabies NGO by the name of AIRO, that is All Indian Rabies Organization. Today I am here to share with you some findings and observations about coronavirus, which has very strong similarities with Lyssavirus, which causes rabies. These similarities can help us in developing vaccines and immunoglobulins against coronavirus using the same principles as used for manufacturing rabies vaccines and immunoglobulins. Now I will compare in tabular form the Lyssavirus and the coronavirus. See, as from table you can see, this is a very interesting and significant results. You can see according to the observations that in Lyssavirus and in coronavirus, if we compare, Lyssavirus causes rabies and coronavirus causes Covid19. Lyssavirus is also an RNA virus, whereas coronavirus is also RNA virus. And if we see at the morphology and the size of the virus, Lyssavirus is enveloped, bullet shaped, and the average diameter of virus is 45 to 100 nanometers, whereas coronavirus is also enveloped and roughly spherical in shape. The average diameter of the virus is around 125 nanometers. If we go for nucleic acid, the Lyssavirus is single-stranded negative sense RNA genome, whereas coronavirus is also single-stranded positive sense RNA genome. Envelope, this is very important. These viruses have phospholipid envelopes with glycoprotein surface spikes, and the coronaviruses also they are also enveloped with surface spikes. Now if we come to the genome, the rabies virus genome encodes 5 proteins: the nucleoprotein, the matrix protein, the G protein, that is glycoprotein, the phosphorylated protein, and large polymerase protein. In same way, coronavirus also contains 3 proteins. It has a lipid bilayer in which membrane M protein, envelope E protein, and spike S structural proteins are anchored. Now if we come to the mutations, the existence of Lyssavirus that are closely related to rabies virus and that can cause clinical illness also, they have been known for several decades. In the case of coronavirus has already mutated into one more and one less aggressive coronavirus strain. Let's start with inactivation of the virus. The rabies virus, that is Lyssavirus, gets inactivated by heat. At 50 degree temperature, it gets inactivated within 1 hour, whereas coronavirus gets inactivated by heat at 75 degrees. Within 30 minutes, the virus is completely inactivated. Now, on exposure to ultraviolet radiation, the Lyssavirus gets inactivated. In the same way, the coronavirus gets inactivated by ultraviolet radiation. Although the inactivation is weak after 6 minutes. Now, as far as ethanol is concerned, ethanol 70% inactivates the rabies virus, and in the same way, ethanol inactivates the coronavirus at a strength of 62 to 71%. Formaldehyde inactivates the Lyssavirus, and in the same way, formaldehyde 0.7 to 1% inactivates the coronavirus. The sodium hypochlorite 1% inactivates the rabies virus, that is the Lyssavirus, and in the same way, sodium hypochlorite 0.1% inactivates coronavirus within just 1 minute. Glutaraldehyde 2% inactivates rabies virus, whereas glutaraldehyde 0.5 to 2.5% inactivates the coronavirus. In the same way, the things which are inactivating rabies virus, they are inactivating coronavirus also. Now we come to the detergents. The detergents also inactivate rabies virus, that is the Lyssavirus, and in the same way, detergents they inactivate the coronavirus also. And this rabies virus gets inactivated by lipid solvents. In the same way, the coronavirus is also inactivated by lipid solvents. And at pH of below 3 or above 11, the Lyssavirus also get inactivated, and in the same way at pH below 3 or above 11 the coronavirus also gets inactivated. Now in the case of coronavirus, after exposing to extreme alkaline conditions with pH 9.98 or pH 11.09 and pH 13.2 for 1 hour, and then suddenly neutralizing it to pH 7, the virus was completely inactivated at 37 degrees Celsius. And in extreme acidic conditions such as pH 2.26 and pH 4.38, completely inactivated the virus at 37 degrees Celsius. So at extreme pH, the coronavirus also gets inactivated and the Lyssavirus also gets inactivated. Now the dried conditions. In the dried condition, rabies virus, that is the Lyssavirus, it gets inactivated in few hours, whereas in the dried state the survival time for coronavirus is 24 hours. If we come to resistance, the rabies virus, that is the Lyssavirus, is resistant to cold and freeze drying, whereas in the case of coronavirus, this is also resistant to cold and freeze drying. If frozen at minus 60 degrees Celsius, it survives for many years without loss of infectivity. And transmission as far as concerned, human exposure to rabies can generally be categorized as bite, open wounds, mucous membrane or other types of exposures. Airborne infections have also been reported, whereas in Covid19 it spreads mainly by droplets produced by coughing or sneezing of a Covid19 infected person. This can happen in two ways: direct close contact. One can get the infection of being in close contact with a COVID patient and within 1 meter of infected person, especially if they don't cover their faces with masks and all. Indirect contact can be by droplets surviving on the surface and clothes for many days. Now vaccination as far as concerned, we are doing all this exercise for purpose of making vaccines and immunoglobulins against the coronaviruses. For Lyssavirus, that is the rabies virus, we have got 4 types of vaccines available. These are purified virocell rabies vaccine, that is PVRV. Then we have purified chick embryo cell vaccine, that is PCECV. Then we have human diploid cell vaccines and the purified duck embryo vaccine. Whereas we have yet to develop vaccine for coronavirus, and I think on these guidelines we can develop coronavirus vaccines. As far as immunoglobulin is concerned, the rationale behind the use of RIG, that is rabies immunoglobulin, is above all to rapidly neutralize the virus locally inside the wound, so that RIGs are specific rabies virus neutralizing antibodies, and when they come in contact with the virus, they immediately neutralize it. And we have yet to develop, on these guidelines we can develop immunoglobulin against coronavirus. The types of immunoglobulins for rabies are 2 types, the human RIG and equine RIG. And in the case of coronavirus, we have yet to develop it, and on the same guidelines we can develop it. Similarity to bat virus. Now you see the Lyssavirus, that is the rabies virus, is seen in infected bats, whereas coronavirus have a 96% similarity to a bat virus. So it is widely suspected that it originates from bats as well, the coronavirus. Then we come to infection in other animals. In the case of rabies virus, dog is the commonest source of human rabies in Asia and Africa. The other animals involved are like mongoose, jackals, the vampire bats, and skunks and foxes, and so many other animals. In the case of coronaviruses have been recognized as causing pathological conditions in veterinary medicine since 1930s. They infect a range of animals such as swine, cattle, horses, goats, the cats, dogs, rodents, birds, bats, and other wildlife. So to conclude, what I would say is potential vaccine and antibody-based treatment strategies must follow Lyssavirus post-exposure management and therefore should target the coronavirus spike protein, as I told you, that is S protein. Thank you very much.